Hello, I'm John with the Dusty Hobo Moto Adventure Channel. In this video, some footage of Land Between the Lakes, some history, the visitor center, and some old iron ore furnaces. So stick with me and enjoy the video. Thank you for watching. Welcome. This area has a rich history. Located between the Cumberland and Tennessee River, early settlers were moving through by the 1500s, exploring the area. By the 1600s, a French established trading posts to trade with the Indians. When the government forcibly removed the Indians, settlers started moving in. They farmed and started melting iron ore from the Rocky Hills. As time went by and the 1960s arrived, the rivers were impounded, forming the lakes. Then the government forcibly bought the land from the residents and created the National Recreation Area. All that's left now of Golden Pond, Kentucky, where the visitor center is located, is the visitor center. At one point, there were schools, stores, shops, and churches in the area. I'm here at this old furnace where they used to make iron for all kinds of things, but probably predominantly the war effort. I'll read about it a little bit here. It says it took a community of workers. Many skills were required to run the furnace. The iron master or owner directed the business operation of the furnace. They had clerks for bookkeeping. Founders supervised the furnace operation. Keepers were founders' assistants. Filters or feeders pushed the carts loaded with coal, limestone, or iron ore to the furnace top. Guttermen prepared the sand beds in the casting house. Molders cast the iron into prepared forms. Colliers supervised the charcoal making process. Typically, about 12 full-time colliers were required to keep a furnace in operation. While it took 40 men to operate the furnace in blast, it took over 200 workers to support the entire process. No furnace could run without quarrymen and one of the screeners to dig and prepare the ore. Woodcutters, log splitters, and charcoal workers. Teamsters were needed to haul the wagon loads of ore, charcoal, or pig iron. There were also farm laborers and stock tenders and common laborers to assist the iron workers, carpenters, and blacksmiths. As any community would, Hermate also had teachers, preachers, physicians, laundresses, seamstresses, cooks, and farmers. This was a big town at one point. Hematite ore, also called brown hematite or limite, whatever, I can't say all that stuff, is about 60% pure iron. It was dug from the surrounding hills and crushed by hand. The cold blast furnace consumed 5,260 tons of raw iron ore per year. That's about 52,600 wheelbarrow fulls of ore. A lot of shovels full. Wood. An average cold blast furnace needed about 6 cords that would be a pile measuring 24 feet by 12 feet by 8 feet, or 215 bushels of charcoal per ton of iron produced. A furnace in full operation might consume the equivalent of 1 acre of timber each day. Limestone added to the ore as a flux to remove impurities. It was found in shallow deposits in the surrounding hills. It was dug with pick and shovel and hauled to the furnace by ox cart. The limestone then had to be broken up into small pieces so it would melt more quickly. What you see before you is all that's left of an iron site that operated here from the 1840s to 1912. These quiet hills were once alive with the sound of axe blows and falling trees, the shout of teamsters and the rumble of carts on the road. The air hung heavy with smoke and the smell of melting iron ore. I've included some photos and very short video of other furnaces in the area. This was probably the beginning of Made in America, the industrial age starting in a very primitive form. It was quite interesting to visit and see. I had no idea that's how they used to make iron. For different things needed horseshoes, munitions, and utensils and tools of the time. Good evening, John with the Dusty Hobo Channel. We're in the Red Hollow Campground here in the land between the lakes on the south end of the park, almost to Tennessee. Tomorrow we'll be in Tennessee. Do some exploring there, hopefully see some buffalo, and then start heading more easterly, more toward the rally. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, everything went well today. Rode about 100 miles and they were quite good. It was enjoyable. It was a great day. Well, this is where I'm going to leave you. I hope you've enjoyed the trip here to land between the lakes. It's in two states, Kentucky and Tennessee. Most of the time I've spent was in Kentucky, but I will be heading down into Tennessee when I'm leaving the state and heading east toward the V-Strom Rally, and hopefully find some other cool stuff along the way. Many of the gravel roads here had trees across them, so it impeded my progress. I don't have any way to cut large trees, obviously, so it's just what it is. They had very strong storms the day before I got here, and I spent an afternoon, part of an afternoon here, and one full day. I spent late Monday and all day Tuesday exploring the area. There is much to see here. Wildlife in abundance, turkeys, deer, elk, bison. Thank you for watching. I'm glad you came along on this awesome adventure. This is some great adventure riding in the hills and hollers and mountains of Tennessee and Kentucky. I'll see you on the road or in the next video.